Lily, just 18, was a coffee server working in the shadow of a towering corporate empire. Every day she delivered lattes to people who barely noticed her, but deep down, she had a dream and a dangerous secret. Her heart belonged to Mark, the 30-year-old CEO. Handsome, powerful, untouchable, and completely out of reach. One day, everything changed. While delivering coffee to the executive suite, she overheard raised voices. Curiosity got the better of her, and she peeked inside. Emma, Mark's fiancée, stunning, poised, untouchable, was locked in a passionate embrace with the company's manager. But the betrayal wasn't the worst part. It was what Emma said next. "Once we destroy Mark's reputation," she purred, "the board will have no choice but to vote you in as CEO. He'll lose everything. His power, his pride." Lily's hands shook as she hit record on her phone, capturing every word. But then, clang. The tray rattled in her hands, and the noise gave her away. Emma's head snapped toward the door. "Who's there?" she hissed. Before Lily could escape, Emma stormed out, her eyes burning with fury. She dragged Lily into the office, humiliated her in front of the executives, and fired her on the spot. Tears stung Lily's eyes as she stumbled down the hall, clutching her things, only to collide headfirst into Mark himself, spilling coffee across his crisp white shirt and suit. "Watch where you're going," he barked, his piercing eyes locking onto hers. I'm sorry," Lily stammered, but before she could explain, Emma stormed in, her voice venomous. "Mark, this girl is lying. She's bitter because I fired her and now she's trying to sabotage us." Lily's trembling hand tightened around her phone. This was her moment. "She's lying," Lily said, her voice steady now. "And I can prove it." Emma sneered. "You? A nobody? Go ahead, let's hear this so-called proof." Lily didn't hesitate. She hit play. Emma's voice filled the room, dripping with malice. "Once we destroy Mark's reputation..." Mark's face darkened like a thunderstorm. His gaze shifted to Emma, sharp and unrelenting. Without a word, he strode to the phone on the wall and pressed a button. "Security! Get her and the manager out of my building! Now!" Emma's face twisted in desperation. "Mark, wait! I can explain!" "Don't!" His voice was cold steel, final and absolute. He didn't spare her another glance as security dragged her screaming from the office. Turning back to Lily, his expression softened, just slightly. "Come with me," he said, not waiting for her answer. He led her to his private office, shutting the door behind them. "You saved my company," he said, his tone clipped but loaded with meaning. "I don't trust people easily, but you've earned it." He handed her a card. "Be here tomorrow morning. You're my new assistant." Months passed, and their partnership evolved into something neither could deny. Mark wasn't just commanding in the boardroom. His presence was magnetic, impossible to resist. One night, as they worked late, he pulled Lily close without a word, his hands firm on her waist. The air between them sizzled with tension. She opened her mouth to speak, but he silenced her with a kiss. Hot, intense, claiming. From that moment, everything changed. 3 years later, Lily wasn't just Mark's assistant, she was his wife. Now she stands on the balcony of their sprawling estate, the golden sunset casting a warm glow over the garden. Their twin daughters, 2 years old, toddle across the grass, their giggles filling the air as Mark trails after them with a rare, playful grin. He scoops one daughter into his arms, then the other, carrying them both as they squeal with delight. When he returns to Lily's side, His free arm wraps around her waist, pulling her close. His kiss is firm and unapologetic, leaving her breathless. "You've given me everything," he murmurs against her ear. Lily smiles, her heart full as she watches their family. Because sometimes, life doesn't just give you second chances. It gives you everything you never dared dream of.